right, folks, let's get right to it here. Welcome back on a Tuesday. Let's get to the business. Get over to harmonictrader.com. A few people asked me, am I going to do a Prime promo for Prime Day? If you guys want, here is our Prime promotion, okay? For everyone that gets the HPC for TradingView, first, get the free trial. Send your TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. And then if you upgrade and purchase, we will give you a 6-month subscription to one of the other platforms. MetaTrader, eSignal, NinjaTrader, Sierra Chart. So buy HPC TradingView, get one of the HPC Pro platforms, get everything you need, and then get that for free 6 months, all right? There you go. Little biscuit for everybody. Great to see everybody here in the chat. What's going on? Gringo, Lawrence, Street, David, Cactus, Leo, Lee, Meso, Parveen, Tails, everyone else. What's up? Get on in here. I'm not on the other screen today. I'm not on Twitter today, but that's okay. Let's talk about Bitcoin. What are we going to do? Boy, real shakeout, huh? Real shakeout down to 53 and change, but what is it? We need green candles, and that's been what I don't even care about what the price is. I need 2 weekly green candles, and there you go. What's going on? Hey, Richmond Flowers Jr. in the chat. What's up, Richmond? How you doing today? That guy's famous, people. Google Richmond Flowers Jr. I mean, seriously, you're probably the most famous person in here by far. Anyway, absolutely yellow dot on the weekly. What's that mean for us? Because there's only 2 possibilities. It's down here. Okay, it's either for the year, we're either looking bat formation, which last week I was like, yeah, it's a bat 42. Down to the 886. That's the worst case scenario. There. What's your best case scenario? What's the best case scenario for what Bitcoin just did? Well, we want the dot. We're getting the dot. And remember, I don't care if it's 53 or 61 or 62 because we're looking for the launch pad that sends it to 1025. Everything else did a 1618. NASDAQ, S&P 500. Where's Bitcoin? Where's total index? Ready to go to a 1618? Not yet. But this could be a potential trigger. I'm not too concerned, really, like I said, whether or not it's 53 or 64, because you have this thing going on. If this holds, and this is why I've been saying we need 2 green candles of any sort, anywhere, to get this to stabilize and send it. Well, it's an ABCD right off the top, and potentially what it is, it's a continuation ABCD of the following. Okay, take a look. Off the top, that's a complex formation on the daily and weekly. So here's amplified. You know what? I need to make that brighter. 1 second here. Yeah, here we go. Let me make that a white line so you guys can see that, and that pops out. So what is going on here? Because this is a complex structure, still quite early, but this is a strategy we've been talking about, for all year, of how we can set this up, that this is a return phase. Now, this is amplified RSI. On regular RSI, we went to the 50 line. I wish we would have hit oversold and put it in, but doesn't mean that this is not setting up. Like I said, we're not going to make any assessments until after this week, but we're close, and this is a very good sign. Now, I'm not concerned about the last 10,000 points, folks. Talk to me about the next 50,000 points or 40,000 points from these levels. You're not going to have much of a pullback If we can break out and go and do a continuation next week, you might have been just shaken out. But it's more time. That's it. It's just it's more time. You know, so it doesn't thrust now, but maybe we set up and maybe we retest the open of that at around 60,800 like next week, and then you start to go. So this is lining up in a way where you get that. We can check back, and so that should be the low to hold. But it has to hold not only this area, but dare I say, whatever that close is for the week. It's an important bar, important candle. Yellow dot. We got everything you want to see there, but it's still one more week. And then this kind of gets us to where, if this is the case, and then Bitcoin's trying to do a turnaround, what about the others? What about like Ethereum? What about, I don't know, some of the other T coins, AI coins? Because there's Ethereum putting in a yellow dot itself. That's an important candle, much like I said with Bitcoin needing 2 green bars. Well, here's Ethereum. We retested that signal 1 and 2. So that open triggers like 32.45 next week. Next week, and the thought is that stabilizes. I don't care what the close is. I just want a green candle. But then we check it back off of that, and that this is the continuation. And you're from here, like low 3,000s, to get yourself to new highs. That's where we are. Okay, again, bit of an overspill move last week, 2 weeks ago. That's fine. Listen, some of the T coins, toilet coins, those are the most speculative ones I've talked about. Well, they're starting to work already. Like Ethereum Classic, this dip down to 18, that might have been, that might be the bottom, like the big bottom. We've got a bat pattern here around 20 bucks. And I want to start to look at these. There was a group of them that we mentioned. Again, these are from my crew. This is for our portfolio where we want to roll into these real soon. The likes of, hold on, sorry. Things like Ethereum Classic, Akash Network. There you are, Akash Network. Daily. Where's the daily type 2 there? There it is. Down in here in this level, I'll still wait around $3. But if we get the signal, literally next week could be the first week that we see these things start to do stuff. A couple others that we want to look for. Akash, and here's something. I'm not crazy about this, but H-bar is doing a type 2 back-to-back patterns. Now, the only problem with this is that it didn't do a heck of a lot on that pre-halving schedule. But weekly oversold, our weekly oversold recipe with a dot right there at 7 cents, and then a daily type 2 pattern around 6.5. So far, so good. Yeah, I mean, it's speculative. It's not one of the better ones, but it's something where it's fitting the recipe. And more of these are starting to serve up the recipe. You know, here's something I need to review. So scale is another one where I told you guys I started in around 7 cents, added more around 6, and then we had daily, weekly. There's our dot now on scale. And this is something that if this thing gets up another penny or two, this thing was, I was early on it. It was my mistake. but it definitely got me back to saying, all right, let's wait for these yellow dots. And there it shows you. I mean, I've been wallowing in that for 3 weeks. Personally, for me, any drawdown on any trade is like, it's really, especially when it was like almost obvious. Yeah, I really get on myself about it. But here we got a type 1. There was a few of these patterns. But I do think we can get this back to like 7 cents. And I'll let you know if I dump that. But some of these others, like, so check out Solana. And this is definitely interesting, indicative of what needs to happen for the entire crypto market. Now trading 160. Remember 129? Even 120 or 121. There was, depending on the feed here. Yeah, I think it was this one or this one, 120, 51. Almost perfect. But you need to see progress in Solana and Bitcoin. Ethereum, that needs to hold. And then you have, remember, Binance Coin, right? With the Shark to 5.0 up all the way up there at, on the weekly, at, what was that? Like, it was right at 700, 650. But here was the thing that I've been saying. We have to monitor this one. Why? If we're looking for either an HSI counter, which is trying to trigger this week, or a full type 1. I'll go with the counter HSI. Why? That's starting to pop. Look, you're popping out of the zone already aggressively. So that reaction off the pattern, that's it. That's all you're looking at. That's a good sign. Okay? We were, you know, I don't think we were surprised by the fact that we went to a pause here. We were looking Shark to 5.0, but we get HSI on the way. Okay. That still could be 2 more weeks at around 550, but at least you have a counter trend HSI. Meaning, what's that mean? It means this reaction was all you could give it. It was more of like a throwdown, and then let's try to climb it back up to 650 off of there. Couple more. Yeah, I can get to those. BCH versus ETC. That's an interesting pair. 1 or 2 more things that I'm looking at. So a while back, I said this API 3. This was another interesting one. Another nice run up, pre-halving. You know, at the low, that's 42 cents. That's 450 for a 10x. Now all the way back down. But API 3's got some things. Where are you? $2. Some bat pattern stuff. 190. All right. And then the weekly trying to put in a dot. So, you know, wish this thing was actually triggering at a higher level, but that's the recipe. Literally yesterday, Sunday night, was the first day to be looking at that. So the open bar of that is around 170. Keep an eye on that one. That's something we were talking about a while ago, and just now we're getting first trigger. So a lot to look at. SUI, yeah, I can get to that. Before I do, 1 or 2 more of things that I want to dig into. Where is it? Where's FET? So FET is something that I'm really, really focused on here, around 122. It's a shark, but I think this is a name that, look, everyone's looking at. There you go. There's the longer term weekly that HSI, just in the last 24, 48 hours, popping out of the zone, trying to set up for a weekly continuation. Like I said, running around 125, 130. The daily 886 off of that with that shark, again, that's around 123, 120 area. So that one, and of course, Render is the other one, that AI space where they've really been scraping their relative support levels, trying to put in something down here. There's another shark, type 2 shark though. And then weekly, you got a yellow dot. Now that won't be official until Sunday's close, but again, we're starting to see early signs in important areas. Important areas. You know, Bitcoin's all about the work. Same with Ethereum. If you're in Bitcoin right now, you're not worried about 65. You're looking for 1025. Ethereum, you're looking for 6K. That's really the proposition here. You're not in this for 5, 10K swings. 10% moves. Really quick on the totals. Total. Eat your total. Total's like this. Another dot, folks. Okay, and again, we want to see the dot. We've been saying last couple of weeks, especially beginning of this month, where that flush under 58,000 was a real kick in the you-know-where. But we needed to see green candles, and so 1 and 2 here for the second week. That's a good thing. The daily is more like this. This is a relevant pattern. Are we going to come back and retest that someday? I think so at some point. Made a nice move so far, but you know, hold this area. 2 trillion. 2 trillion, and again, we're still looking for the weekly. We could have a retest of that. I wouldn't be surprised, but your proposition here is you're looking for a C point. Don't forget that. First half of the year, really early in the year, we were looking for a B point. Now we're looking for a C point. X. A to B is an 886, qualifies it. And then the 382, right? I mean, dead on. Dead on to a 382, which is a minimum harmonic. This is the framework. Still, that's the framework. That's been the framework for a year or more. So if that was clinching the 382 and we have a dot, all critical and if not ideal. I mean, we have a dot here the same way we had there and even there at the bottom in 2022. It's tough to see. Looked pretty negative down there, but that's how important this candle is. Yep. Okay. 1 or 2 more. Yeah, somebody want to look at BCH, ETC. That's interesting. What do we got there? We have nothing. Can I even do that? Why can't I do that? I should be able to do that. Maybe it's ETC, BCH. No, can't do it. Why don't they let you do that? They should be able to. Is it USD? Let's see if it's that. With a slash for that. I don't know. There you go. ETC, BCH, and I can probably, and so I can do it. If you want to do your custom spread, folks, this is how you do it. Okay, you need both the USD part and then / ETC USD, and then normally you can do it any other way with the others, BCH with BTC, but you need to put that in there. So, okay, he wanted to look at this on the weekly, Ethereum Classic versus Bitcoin Cash. Pretty interesting stuff. There's the daily. Not a heck of a lot going on here. A little high level at 16. Yeah. But that's the divisor. That's not a spread. That is the divisor. Let me see if I can do it this way. Somebody help me out on this. No, that's not going to work. So I don't know why that's the divisor though. You know what? I'm not going to screw around here. I'll come back to this. I think it's pretty interesting, though. You do see a lot of those in those spread charts. Total DeFi or total DeFi index, guys. I did want to bring this up. Software did manage to put up and post a bat pattern for the 2024 action. We're up here at target 1, so that's important. Definitely watch. That's the DeFi index. So if we know we pause and we roll over in the next couple of days, that's probably it for now. And then there's total crypto market cap index, which is, I think this is interesting because we had a yellow dot last week. Almost a perfect type 2 off of the bat. We have to see what happens here. 547. Again, all I care about is green candles. I don't care how small or big. It just has to be a green candle. Bigger the better, maybe. Actually, a series of small green candles would actually be better. You know, something like this kind of movement off of that trigger and just for the next 6-8 weeks, just a steady chip away at the resistance. Yeah, I think that's, you know, that's setting up. A lot of these are setting up. And so if we can get that next week, then you will have the trigger I've been talking about for a while, where we need Bitcoin to be triggered for the rest of the market to move. Who was that? Neil wants to look at injective. You know, again, let's do the recipe. Weekly oversold dot. Thank you. You're there. All of that. Now, we had a dot back here at around 23, but a secondary HSI came in. Basically, it's 20 bucks. $20. And look, there's a bat pattern. It's only a type 1. Consider it an 886 retrace for 2024. That's what it is. But here we go. Reaction up to 31 and change. This reminds me of this one, Jasmine. Look at that type 1 reaction, right? Up to target 1. Okay, that might be it for now on that one. Let's see. This is interesting. We aren't oversold yet on Jasmine. Maybe we go to target 2 at 350. But the key takeaway is that, listen, we're still getting beautiful patterns along the way, and that's what we want to wait for. We're waiting for patterns like this, dailies. Nothing here on an oversold yet. But there are a lot of patterns. I mean, that last flush, I thought it was, it was overdone pretty quickly. Over and done pretty quickly. Where is, hold on. I brought these up earlier. I mean, just T-coin. Well, scale I already talked about. Here's SEI. Somebody want to look at that? Or was it SUI? I thought it was SUI. SEI, SUI. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Pretty much the same. Look, weekly, just triggered 48 hours ago. So your first day to look at that was yesterday. And oh, SEI on a beautiful crab pattern. Okay. Understand though, right off the hop from 27 up to 43, that's what you're really targeting here. And the dot would literally just went official last week on Sunday night, 2 nights ago. So, okay. At least that is something where you have a weekly signal, you have a daily pattern. I wish that was a type 2. And let me just kind of maybe theorize something like this. You get a type 1 move, then we get a retest, and then trigger off of that to really get going. That's SEI. SUI, Tether. There's the weekly dot. Boy, look at that. Full reset, 886. Not bad. I mean, that did make progress. But is that dead crypto or not? It's tough to see. Look, perfect 88. I mean, like almost perfect 886. Let me get a better feed, longer feed. Should be on Binance. That's probably, there you go. So Sunday night was the trigger, and we'd look at that open around 62 cents. That's your trigger support, but oh, okay. Daily does have a shark here around 64. Yeah, again, it's not a type 2. It's not absolutely clear. So I'm willing to just push this to the side, get it on your list, and let's see how it shakes out. Because that's different. Like my example for ideal crypto is stuff like Ethereum Classic. And even if that takes a couple of months, at least you have things there. Yo, check out, we got to talk about XRP. I made a mistake. So, and I sold my XRP before the flush down, and I always said this thing would be okay. I didn't think it was moving. Let me tell you something. This is confounding. It is the confounding part of crypto where you just have to either be in or be out at this point. Like my traditional way of thinking of drawdown on assets doesn't work as well with crypto, because crypto can get this overspill and then have these recoveries and have them be 30% moves up and down in a month. Well, that's what happened here. Now 59. Is this it? I mean, 47 cents has always been the area we were talking about. Now 59. So yeah, I'll own up to that one. Probably need to stay firm in it. I'll tell you what, we still have the T-coin portfolio that we want to put together with those proceeds. I've talked about that in the past of what our portfolio is, and I think what I'm going to do is let's see how we shape up this week, but I could start putting money and allocation to those T-coin portfolios next week. What does that mean? It means that we're trying to put in the launch pad, and I think, you know, amazingly, XRP able to come off of that low shows you lurking behind the scenes, okay? The buyers are there. The buyers are there. They're lurking behind the scenes, folks. A move like XRP proves it. They're hanging out. Wait till the big boys come in. I mean, the real big boys. So let them finish their vacation, another 6 weeks or so, and then they're going to come in hitting us hard. We want to be positioned in the next week, 2 weeks. And that'll be stuff like Ethereum Network, Akash, more render, others. Impressive stuff. Let's jump to other impressive markets like NASDAQ. QQQ, okay. This is interesting. What happened last week? What happened last week? 1618. We hit. What's happening this week? Zero follow through. If anything, we hit that 1618 and we have since rolled. Here it is. Your 1618 is right up here. And it does work like that. When your harmonic comes in, they expect change. All I can say is this is from total experience. Okay, so I'll talk a second about what happened this weekend. Okay, I want everybody to know we live, and I've said this before, we live in a harmonic world, a fractal universe, and I'm not going to equate one thing to the other directly and say, oh yeah, see, look. I'm just saying this. When big major events like the 1618 hitting happen in the markets, I can't explain it, but things take a different tone, a change in character. I'm not saying that this is going to drop on a rock, but what we've been going through for the last 8 months of straight up, that character is going to change. And I still say we go higher and much higher. But at this exact moment for, say, call it the next 30 days, I don't want to say 30 weeks, but 30 days, we want to see this pause take full shape and actually, come off of this level. If we could have a healthy pullback, that would be the best thing for the market at this stage. Here's your weekly. Okay, and remember, NASDAQ futures right now, check out the butterfly. The NASDAQ futures on your weekly chart, kissing the hop at 28.95, getting rejected with a big candle. So what do we need here? Here's your zone. Look at that. It's beautiful. Kisses it, gets rejected, early signs of the pause. And dare I say, go again to that bar. Look at the open trigger, 25.90 right there. That's your real resistance, 20,600. They haven't been able. They tried to push it up this morning. Nope, smack it back down. So much like we saw with Bitcoin up hitting its patterns and other markets, what do we want here? I want to pause. I want this thing to come back. And what I'd really like to see is over the next month, let it come off, but not get to a type 1. I'm not saying this is going to be a type 1, go all the way back to 17,100. I'm not saying shark to 5.0. Or butterfly to T1. I'm saying pause here. So sideways grind and let air out of the tires. Where's HSI? It's not there yet. Amplified, not. It's starting to give us a little bit of inflection, but we really want to be watching this level closely. What I would love to see is come off this incredible run for now. Give it up. Dare I say even a flush under 20K, and then pop in some kind of HSI, and then we're just and then explode. And then explode. Okay, that's how big it is. And I think it's also, we could almost go back to last summer and mimic that move and say, all right, X, A to B, B to C. Oh, okay, actually, this is what we call a reciprocal ABCD, where this little trend channel move goes to their equivalent approximate distance. I mean, that would be 18.6. But that's what I'm thinking up here. We're hitting big levels. We're rejecting immediately. I mean, ideal. Look at the day we hit that. Look, the day we hit that was there. We hit it, smack down. So that's what we need to consider for now in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Also note, we have a dot, yellow dot. So we'll get a bearish candle today on NASDAQ. Okay, great. That would seal the deal with a daily open trigger at, 26.28. Meaning there's your inflection. We should see something down. And if it's a retest of the summer of what's happened just so far this summer, something like that. So connect the dots, stack your levels, and follow the dots. It's like that. 19.8, 19.6, something under 20. I think that's what's coming. Couple more. Apple, what's up, Goldeneye? How you doing? Apple is, look, Apple was 168. Okay, Apple now 233, 234. Way up there. Amazing. Okay, great. Yellow dot today. So what's that mean? Maybe a little bit of a pause. And if we go even, go to the weekly here. 170 to 234. And look, I think Apple does move higher after we get through this. Remember that bad pattern at 167? That thing's long gone, and that was just May, April, May, like that. So it's, Apple's been impressive. Can we get a throwdown move? Because it's not even out of the overbought yet. So Apple, where it is right now, 235, we're going to have to be a little patient with it. And then even on your weekly, it's like this. There's the check back, one red candle, maybe a red candle next week. Really looking at daily, weekly candles right now in all markets. That's how we know if it's going to really go or we're going into a pause formation. I think we're going into a little bit of a pause like Bitcoin did just back earlier in the spring. A couple more. What about MicroStrategy? They're going 10 for 1. I saw that was up 200 yesterday. I don't know. Up here, MicroStrategy, that's an amazing chart. It's an amazing chart. Are they up? You're up another 40 today. Yeah, this has been the deal for MicroStrategy. Where's our weekly? Yeah, our weekly all-time 1618, which is what we've been doing, is right there. Or maybe I can fix that. Let me see if I can fix that. That exact 1618, guys, is 2026. That's probably where we go and do a retest around the 2000 mark. Whether it splits or not doesn't matter. And if Bitcoin breaks out and does the move, this is all now directly correlated to Bitcoin. So look, you're buying a lottery ticket at this point, and if you're 314, if that's what we're going to do, that's your proposition there. 37, 3800 on. That's the projected 314 cycle top. Where's the 4 hour? Because these 4 hours for these guys have been phenomenal. Yeah, we're a little overbought, but look, their crab pattern, sorry, back at 1200. And yeah, this is my work from, back in April too. All of that. Wasn't that a daily? Yeah, that was a daily HSI. I mean, it's amazing. All the way down here, yellow dot trigger was like 1200. Little shake out and go. And again, it's a lot like Tesla too. Tesla's done some amazing things in the last couple of weeks. And here we are with Tesla, back-to-back patterns. It was a Gartley, great throw move, almost 275. Okay, and I think what you're looking at here with this crab pattern is just a pause. If we could get to, if it's a type 1, that would be 220. But I am uber bullish on Tesla. I think the weekly chart is just winding up, setting up to then get you all the way to an 886 retest eventually. If this is the daily deal, so think about it this way. Tesla, whatever it is, it's either the T1 level first or HSI to give us that signal. HSI is it's getting closer to being oversold. Look at that. Maybe next week is the next time to jump on that. But these look good. And I do think if we can get a strong pullback, over the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that, into the fall, it's probably going to be as big of a buy opportunity as last fall. At this point, we want these overextended situations to be alleviated, and then we hit them again. The SPY looks like this, 560. It's our target forever. And we're there. We're there now. Nothing here. The hop level has a crab up at 580. That's probably where you go. 580. And look, this is just so strong. This earnings is going to be blowout earnings this year. Look what's going on here. Strong overbought. Strong overbought. So that drifts up. SPY, yeah, 580. That's where we go. Couple others. What's up, Gringo? Gringo says he wants to look at coin. Yeah, we can look at coin. Coin's interesting. Coin in summary or in sympathy with MicroStrategy. There's your weekly. Sitting at this bat pattern. I think we come back and retest as high as 275. The thing about Coinbase, though, of why we need to watch it now is we had a dot yesterday. What does that mean? Big continuation, potential continuation. Much like we saw back here or even down here. This is another big potential continuation on coin. Now it's at the 230 level. Back here was like 215. Down here, that was 125. We ride. We ride. And the others, sure. Riot. Remember we were talking about that around $8-9. Now 12. And the dot came in yesterday. But we were down there on Riot, you guys, off of this type of pattern. Okay, type 2, 805. Remember that? Who remembers that? 80, right off the hop. Riot. Go back to 15, okay? 15. Mara. Yeah, that's another good one. Really making nice progress. I mean, Mara's got legs here, kids. And Mara's got, some mojo. You're at target 1 off the shark. No confirmation. So do we go to target 2? Possibly. These might finally find their breakout bid. There's the weekly chart. You need to look at that. If we're repeating the cycle, go back and retest that, please. We just talked about Riot. Cypher mining. Oh, look at that. Strong. That's like, what was that? SDIG? Remember that? Was that the one we were looking at? SDIG has got, yeah, look at that. SDIG's got that beautiful bat patterns of type 2. What was that at the low? It was like 186, now 440. Nice. Remarkable. These are in a good position. That's in a nice one, and just 2 days ago. Here we go. Yeah. Clean spark. All your favorite miners look like this. 19. Boy. Man, that thing has held all year, that range. That's powerful, guys. That's powerful. Clean spark. Remember at $5? I think this goes once target 2. 28. Finally, you want to see these break out too. I think that's actually a really great sign, and any close above $21 is a big deal. Big deal. Hut. Thanks, Rooster. What's up, Rooster? Hut was the one, because I know there's a pattern there too. Oh yeah, look. There's weekly. Now it's, are you kidding me? That's $20. Remember these patterns? Yeah, that was earlier this year. Not too long ago we were $7. Now 20. There's catch up. Remarkable. And you're now back at the hop at 20. Let's see what happens here, because you're not registering any overbought yet on HUT. Man, great stuff. I'd say that's been outperforming. But what do you want from these? You want the massive, as they say, grand poobah breakout like this, and then go to the 886. That's what you're looking for all of these miners. That happens when Bitcoin gets above 75,000. Like the second it's 73,501 or $75,001, that's it. You go. Couple more. Probably should talk about gold for a second again. Gold's like this. I think, you know, the more I look at this and the more I see action like what gold's doing, look, massive daily. That's massive pattern. 2,400, 2,350's been what we've targeted for this thing to at least take a pause. What's happening? It's not coming down. High level HSI dot at 2330, 2340. It's now 2464, about to break out. It's been a long time since I've seen this kind of action. We are projecting a butterfly up here. So could this be the last push? Maybe, but not until you get above 2,500. That's massive. Gold's ready to make the push, and doing it at a strange time of year. Okay, gold. Here's the big stuff on gold. I was tracing this out last time. What I want everyone to think about as we're looking at this big pattern is another reaction or think reaction, but if we react, okay, it's after we clear this, what do? I just think this is a speed bump for gold, where whatever you're going to do, go sideways for a while, 30 weeks, what have you, that would be fine. And 30 weeks, so that's May, 30 weeks, what is that, 7 months? So we get to the end of the year. I've always said gold seasonally loves December, loves to put in a bottom November, start running December, really get moving around Christmas into January. But this usually gives it up in the summer. So that's not happening. And I'll watch 2476. But really what we need to consider beyond here is gold doing the super cycle move now. Gold wants not only above 2,500, but I think gold's like, it's a 3,000 creature. It wants to go to 3,000. So I think it's there's bigger stuff happening now than we realize, and I've been saying that for a while. I've really been surprised since the breakout at 2150, and I would say, okay, this thing is just a runner above 2,500, and I'd already say it's a runner. It's just ignoring any bearish pause is just a pause with a nice 1618 continuation at every chance. That would be for gold to do something like this. I mean, now little 1618 pop up is like 2,600. I think that's what's going on. Yeah, it's all-time high right now. Or you guys are buying that up? Do it. Buy and hold. Buy and hold for, you know, that's a hodl. The GLD, how high does that go? GLD, longer term here. You're 227. Look at that bat pattern. That's amazing on the hourly. There's the 4. Where's my daily? There you go. Daily's got another bat, but look at it. It doesn't care about the pattern. There's no confirmation. 227.65. That's the hop level. Anything up here? All right, we're getting overbought at the moment. We'll watch that. We'll come back to this maybe Thursday. I would want to see some kind of confirmation up here. But you clear these highs, guys, there's nothing. I mean, and the other targets beyond this level they're nuts. They're nuts. That's your zone. I mean, just big bullish flag there. That thing's flagging, breaking out now. Yeah, the gold stocks, that's a good comment, Kate. The gold stocks have not really followed through. Something like Barrick. Oh, no, it's the CFD. Where's Barrick? There's Barrick. Barrick Gold. Oh, Barrick's breaking out. But look at it, off of a long-term base. Maybe it's time. There's your weekly. They have not really moved. That might be a place to be looking. The reason why they're not really moving is crude oil. But if crude oil came up, imagine what would happen. These things would go. That's monthly. Barrick Gold. What about the AU? Anglo Ashanti. Nice. Look at that. Big double back-to-back pattern on the monthly. And now it's go all the way back there. That should be the low. Look at all those 3 patterns. Coming back up. That's a monthly. What's a daily look like? They're starting to move. Are they going to break out? That's really what you want to see here. You'd want to see something like this. Do a continuation leg up. But I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm definitely impressed with those. A couple more. What about GDX? Isn't that directional gold miners? Is that the 2X? That's the Van Eck gold miners. I'm starting to get progress there. That stuff takes time though. Look, check it out. Big weekly. It's a type 2. You go from here and then back down. It's super stretched out. But that is a type 2 to 49. I'm really impressed with gold. I don't think we're going to see it under 2,000. Ever again? Maybe. It's that big. Like you would see it above 3,000 before it goes to 2,000 again. What about rates? Been a couple weeks. 2-year yield. Remember what I said? That red line has to be it. That's the all-time weekly 1618. And I remember what I said last time we were here, that if we can roll over and get under 460, 480, we could come all the way back down to like 394% market would pop straight up in the air. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's happening. Weeklies like this, I think rates are going to fall precipitously. I should put this here for now. Rates drop, okay, and there will be a pause. Like the market doesn't directly correlate where rates go down, market goes straight up. Rates will go down because maybe the economy is weakening, but Once we get the rate drop, which is what I think will come down a 382 or something like that, then that would set the stage for the market to pump hard. 382, like I said, it's around 3%. We're not talking four handle. We're talking like low threes, low 3%. So just hold up. But this is a big deal. Triple top. That's a triple top, folks. Dare I even say head and shoulders. As soon as we clinch under 412, we will see fireworks. I'm impressed. I'm definitely impressed. And I'm relieved also that did not decide to go over the 550 or higher. It has to hold right where you're looking at 480 or so. All right. A couple more. What's up, Spoon? Wants to look at GME. Whatever happened to Raging Pussy's position with all those puts or all those calls? He had tons of calls there. 28. I know he still has all the stock. Wasn't this something at 22? It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. I guess they demolished his call position. 24, 22. I'm sorry. It escapes me now. Yeah, I think it was this bat at 21. Just hasn't done much. Listen, don't fall for the hype. I mean, yes, it was an amazing move, whatever. It was fireworks. Came right back down. That's crypto at least once a week. Up here, 28, 29 for now. I don't know. I think there's so much better things in this market. Yeah, GME. Maybe it runs. Maybe it works. People with AMC too. I don't know why people love this stuff, but they, I guess it represents something like a middle finger to society. Trade. I don't have anything really there on GME or AMC. It's so speculative. And maybe they work or maybe they don't. I just think there's lots of other things to be looking at in this market. It's been amazing though. How to get the software? Really quick, answer that question. Go to harmonictrader.com, become a basic member, folks. And as I started today's session, today I guess is Prime Day. We'll do a deal. So if you get HPC for TradingView, we will give you 6 months of the Pro. And that's only good for this week and next week. This is not going to be a permanent thing. So you got to jump on it now if that's what you want to get. Start by sending your TradingView username to hpc at sr-analyst.com and get with that. All right, maybe I'll give away, on Thursday, I'll give away a 60-day software. Those people that won last time, thanks for contacting me. If you have any questions, folks, send me a note at harmonictrader@gmail or get on our Discord. Okay? One other thing, last thing I want to show you guys. Listen, the Dow Diamonds, didn't really talk about this. Dow's above 40K. Now 407 on the diamonds, remarkable. Where's that going? 1618. Okay. Why? Well, take a look. We're showing a deep crab on the weekly here. All right. Look at the counter HSI signal from, what's that, a couple weeks ago, 3 months ago, April. Pushing this higher into hop level 426. This is really in the last couple of sessions caught a big bid, pushing it to all-time new highs. Your 1618 is right up in the top range of that zone. Another reason why this should follow through, Dow is like a 42,000 proposition. Diamonds go to this 425 area, and currently 407. All right, everything's on track. Everything is on track. We already did S&P. We just looked at rates. We looked at rates and the dollar index rates, they should be falling. Literally, like now, in the next 4 to 6 weeks, we should see that big drop. That's something we've lined up for a while, and that's fine. Crypto Conan, what's up? How are you? Welcome to the show. He wants to look at LAC, Lithium America. Whoa. Look at that. What happened there? I guess they don't need lithium anymore, but it is a beautiful weekly pattern. That, yo, man, that's beautiful. That's like perfect. Thank you. Massive. That's at $3. What happened there? On a monthly chart, no less. Wow. Remarkable. Maybe that's why Tesla's going up. Price of lithium going down. There you go. What I'd wait for on this, though, one green month, next green month, next month green, and then anything under this XA level at 398. That's a, man, that's beautiful. Still plenty of opportunity in these markets. We'll see. Why don't you remind me about that in about 4 weeks? Get on that, because come early September, this thing could set up for kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime long position, much like we were down here in 2018, 2019. No, it was almost a 10x. Why not there again? Beautiful chart. Beautiful. Love it. Euro Gigapump. What's up, Carthago? I'll look at that really quick. Get out of here with that. Finish up on Euro. Euro USD. We haven't looked at those. Although the dollar yen, nice. Fall out of bed. Weekly on Euro, I wouldn't call that really gigapump, my friend, but there's a lot of support down here at 106, 107. Dollar should be falling apart soon, guys. Boy, I will say this, though. Nice patterns, zero action. I really don't know what happened to the currencies. They have lost their mojo as a trading vehicle. I mean, there's your range, 107 to 109 for how many years now? 2 or 3 years every time. You could buy 106.50 and you could basically sell 109.50 every time. That probably needs to do something really large. I think when we see those rates roll over, you're going to see a big drop in rates, folks. It's coming. There's no way you can get out of that. And that's when you break this range. There's dollar index. It's a shark, the last bearish, and then now type 2 bat, roll back down. I mean, I don't, that's the last year. You come back to this 101 level. That's where you're going. Look, you have pretty clear capitulation, lower high, secondary lower high. Go back, retest that pattern, please. And in doing so, that's how you get the dollar index to fall, you get rates to fall, and then market pops. What's up, Rodrigo? Welcome to the show. The fiat will always be printed out of control. That's why you guys are here. The fiat currency printer, it's only going to get harder. They're not going to stop it. So you got to get yourself into what I call numerator assets. Those assets that are going to appreciate against the dollar, no matter what, if that's GLD, BTC, SPY, QQQ, that's where you need to be for what's going on long term. Got to stick with it. All right. That's what I have for today, folks. We'll be back on Thursday. Okay. Got to get back to it here. Markets are mild today, but, we'll dig in on Thursday to what the possibilities of next week because we're looking for that trigger. Literally Sunday night, we're looking for the trigger. Don't forget, get over to Harmonic Trader, get with the Prime special, okay, get TradingView, and then get one of these platforms included for 6 months. Send your username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. That's your TradingView username. All right, folks, catch you Thursday. Have a great one, as always.